Hello. Happy Tuesday, me and you stay. All right, let's see if I can reboot this. Okay, let's see here. How's everyone doing? Everyone hanging in there? Listen, you guys were so mad at me when I did that reading on Graham Plattner, and it came up the Eight of Cups. And so this card is the card that we got for Biden when he removed himself. We got this card for Matt Gaetz when he took himself out of the race for Attorney General before Bondi went in. We got this for MTG when she removed herself. And for several other people that have left things of their own accord, whether they were pressured or not. So I think that's really important. So anyway, of course, we're going to ask about him. I think he's going to end up leaving. I did do, I think I did 2 spreads on him. And so, you know, Square Pegs in the house. Terry Solaris is in the house. Yay. Okay, so, you know, I didn't want it to be true, but our guides and angels showed us that he was probably going to have to leave, or would need to leave, or would go ahead and leave. So we'll look at that. I also want to tell you that every day we do Card of the Day on the Way of Positive Change, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Substack. So find us, find our group there, and join our, join our group. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't actually have to join anything. Just be a part of our card of the day and what we think about it, and especially if you're learning tarot. But today we got the Tower card, and so that means tempers could flare. You might be pushed out of your comfort zone to steer you in a different direction. Sometimes this takes on a little bit like the Death card. One door opens, one door closes, one door opens. Sometimes it's just a redirecting. And this is also truth coming out, truth being revealed, false facade of a man-made building falling down. So I believe that we're going to get some answers here pretty quick. It's also the card of earthquakes or big bad storms. Hi, Deanna. So we're gonna take a look at that. The Tyler Robinson trial for the unaliving of Kirk is going on, and I want to know if there's going to be actual information coming out on who staged or set that up, or who actually committed that. Made that situation happen. We're going to take a look at Graham Plattner first. We're also going to take a look at the current governor, Janet Mills, because if he does step down, which I think he's going to do, because all of the money's been taken away, the other Dems support has been removed. Patrick Dempsey, Janet Mills had taken herself out of the running for Senate. I want to know if she'll go back in. Then Candy wanted to know if the Nazi goons that marched in D.C. on the 4th of July were actually ICE agents, which I believe that they are. How will the NATO members treat Trump? What happens with Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni? Because he continues to insult her and said he needed a restraining order for her. Good Karma wanted to know about Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky. We'll call it a special election before the midterms to replace Mitch McConnell. Will Trump successfully take or acquire Greenland? We're going to ask about, somebody asked in the audience about checking on Putin to see if he'll do anything against Poland or NATO, other NATO countries, or, oh, thank you, Kathleen, for the super chat. That's very kind of you. Or if NATO countries, or if he'll do NUKES or chemical stuff. April wanted to know if Trump was going to expand the small golf course in DC and cut down some cherry blossom trees and the bike path. We'll take a look at, but let's just start. Let's start, and then I'll ask you for your input after I get through these. Now, Brother Steve flew in successfully last night, and I picked him up, but we didn't have enough questions. We like to read on some things that don't have anything to do with politics. He likes science and alien stuff, or just different, something like the Y-Files or something. So if you have any questions for Steve and I, he will be here with me on the Friday show and then also on the Tuesday show. Okay. And we have to stay in a bunch because we have that Saharan dust that's blowing in, and that affects me. So we don't have to stay. We can go out a little bit, but we can't. It's not like we can go stay at the beach or anything like that. So if you have any good indoor activity ideas, please drop me a comment because I need some new ideas. We're going to see Odyssey at the IMAX when that comes out. We're going to go to a play. We will walk the beach in the mornings, but it's only going to be for a little bit. We'll go to the pool for a little bit, but we need some good indoor ideas. Okay. So card of the day was the tower. So let's see what that's, we'll see what that's about too. I'll just remind myself to read on the tower. Actually, that's a good place to start. Why don't we just start there while we're waiting for some more people to join us? I'm so happy you're here. Hi, Beth Mullen. All right. What does that tower stand for? Is it more weather? Is it the ground shaking? Is it truth revealed? So if we were looking at weather, we might be looking at like the Five of Pentacles or some other rain cards. If we were looking at Earth, we might look at the tower along with the Knight of Wands. If we're looking at truth, we might be looking at the Justice card, Judgment, or the Ace of Swords. You'd be looking for those cards. And you guys don't get mad at me about Plattner anymore. But I did want to say thank you to our guides and angels for helping us know that something was still going to come down the line. Okay. All right. So what did that tower have to? Why did we get that for the? Or is that just us blowing our top or getting mad? Maybe it's about Plattner dropping out. Let's see if it's a humanoid thing or what it is. Okay, what does that tower stand for? Could be Italy's Giorgia Meloni bopping Trump over there. Did you see him get off the plane? Erdogan had to take his arm. Trump was going another way. Trump was going off to his left, and Erdogan, his left, our right, and Erdogan had to grab his arm. Oh my God, how embarrassing. It's like the Japanese prime minister that had to show him he doesn't know what he's doing. Thanks, Sag. Okay. You guys are awesome. Okay. I'm going to ask about Putin too. Okay, so what did that tower have to do? All right, so far I'm getting that it's a human issue. Maybe it's Mitch McConnell. Maybe it's like a human issue more so than anything else. Could be the Plattner, the end of something, the beginning of something new. So I feel like this is more of a human issue. Okay. So, because we didn't get any of the other. It's a team, putting the team together after something ends in a new beginning. So that's what I'm going to. That's what I'm going to say. So, let me think about this. This is very people-y. So it could be some key political players in the Democratic Party and Maine. All right. Maybe there's 3 people. Maybe there's 2 females and a male whose names they're tossing around for that position. All right. So let's stay in that line of questioning. Maine's Democratic Senate candidate, Graham Plattner. Does he stay in the race or does he drop out? Oh, you're right. Heather Cox Richardson would make a great. So I wonder if someone will. Okay, wow. He feels defeated because the money and the support and the stability of the platform has left him. All right. He was doing okay. He thought he was okay. I mean, Chris Hayes had asked him, is there anything else? Mika from Morning Joe had asked him if there was anything else that could come out. Maybe he thought she was done. And, you know, she never filed suit. She still speaks about him. She spoke about him like she believes in what he believes in and what he says. But this is the ruling factor. And he doesn't feel, he's trying to hold on. He's trying to hold on right now. There can be even more information coming out. He's met with opposition, agitation, judgment. It looks like he may try to recommend another male. So that's what it looks like to me. He may say, okay, but I want so-and-so to take my place. And then recommend this other male. He's not going to recommend a female, I don't think. Or maybe the male says it for him. But looks like when we're asking about him and we come up with another, he tries to make a plea here. He's trying to hold on. So let me just ask what exactly happens to him. Thank you for commenting on my shorts, on my short videos. Yeah, there isn't any proof. She didn't file charges. It's kind of a sticky situation. There are other accusers, though, and there's other things that people have said. He could have been set up. I mean, it could happen. But the other major Dems, even Ro Khanna, have removed their support. So what happens to Graham Plattner? It's sad. The whole thing is sad. What happens to Graham Plattner? He's sad. It's a sad card. 5 of Cups. He doesn't feel, he doesn't have the backing. I don't feel like I feel like that was instigated because of drinking. There's still another female. I mean, there are some people that tell him it's okay, you're going to be okay. Maybe he gets to do something else. Towards the end of the year, he gets another position. But this is ethics and government. He may be able to resurface. I mean, it's possible some people are telling him, we'll still back you, but he's had this separation happen here. And this is just, the Hierophant's all about ethics, right, wrong, human resources, government. So let's ask about Janet Mills. I have her on the list. Let's see if that's who I thought of at first. He's going to be okay. I think he will still speak. I think he'll still be in public. He might be able to get a smaller government job. I hope he didn't do what they're saying he did. If he didn't, I hope he does get another job. All right. Some people say no to Janet Mills. She did speak up to Trump. But let's see. What about Janet Mills? She withdrew from the Senate race. Oh, I hope you feel better, Terry. About the current governor, Janet Mills of Maine. Will she be reinstated in this race for the Senate seat to go up against concerned Susan Collins? She's concerned. She's always concerned. We're going to give her something to be concerned about. Okay. She's still in the running. People would vote for her. And there are some people that don't want her either. Maybe they don't think she'll be as progressive enough. She has a pretty good background here. She meets with opposition. Did she mess up on something with the environment, you guys? Did she do something weird with the environment? I mean, so far this looks pretty good for her. So people might get behind her just to remove, like the lesser of two evils, just to remove Susan Collins. So, yes, we need to believe that but it is suspicious because she didn't say that in totality in the beginning, and then now she's saying it. So, and the timing is there. So there's always some, but we definitely believe. We believe the females. Janet Mills has a good shot at this. I know some of you guys said no, but she does have a good shot, and she may very well end up in there, in that position. Okay. All right. They were throwing around actor Patrick Dempsey's name. I mean, I don't even know, did he even want to? Did he even want to be? All right. If we still have time at the end, we can go back and ask about him. All right, let's see. I want to know. Good Karma asks, will Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear call for a special election before the midterms? Or appoint someone to take Mitch McConnell's place? Will he call for a special election or appoint someone to take Mitch McConnell's place? Oh, okay. Thank you, Terry. So there was an environmental issue that she may have goofed on. Okay. Andy Beshear, looks like it's going to be given to somebody. It looks like they're trying to keep everything hush-hush, keep it secret, don't tell the truth. Incapacitation, not able to move here. It's a lot of work. It's a heavy undertaking. Yes, he will. He will. Great question, Good Karma. I believe that he has the backing with other Dems in the state, and maybe even some Republicans that are just ready to replace Mitch McConnell. There's a lot of scuttlebutt, a lot of gossip and speculation regarding this, though, first coming up. So stay tuned to that. Put a pin. Looks like Beshear is going to act. God bless him, man. Kentucky people. Listen, the people in the I'm getting goosebumps. People in the Midwest have been hit by so many terrible storms, and Kentucky's just been battered, you know. And please, everybody, pray for rain for Colorado and Arizona. Pray for rain out there to put out those fires. Okay, I have great friends that live in up in the mountains there in Colorado, and I just, it's scary. Okay. Will Trump, Rubio, Miller, all of them, they want to acquire or purchase Greenland. Now, this is coming back up again. This is coming back up. Will Trump and his administration acquire or purchase Greenland successfully anytime soon? It's going to be a big old 5 of wands. I hope you guys are finding ways to stay cool. I hope some of the temperatures have dropped, become more tolerable. We're going way up. Okay. They had walked away from it. Analysis paralysis. It's owned by Denmark, right? It's Denmark, Greenland. Here's the push, the rush, the smart mouth, the sarcastic, antagonistic attack words. Here's a meeting about it. I could even be NATO now. They're coming up with a couple of different proposals, and as to why. Thank you, Deb Burke. That's very kind of you. As to why they think this is important or to press their opinion. Wow, I'm going to have to ask another question. This looks like they're saying no, but they're still pushing. Will Greenland become part or owned or governed by the United States? What happens to Greenland? What happens to Greenland? Will they be happy with the outcome of all of this talk or sad? Oh, LA is pretty, Buka says. The weather in California really is their crown jewel. Okay. Uh-oh. the way they're talked about and the way this is bandied about and shuffled around, they feel defeat or victimized and uncertain. Votes, discussions, judicial decisions, delays. Now, this, I know you guys, don't get mad at me again, but it looks like the United States is really going to push this. It looks like they're going to push it. It looks like they're going to push it with the feelings and points of security and the minerals and being able to have a base there. Or we already have a base there, right? We already have a base there. Man, people in Greenland will be praying. So we will revisit this. Maybe we'll take another look at this on Friday, but it looks like there's a lot of tumultuous. Looks like there's some rock and roll emotions around this. And the people of Greenland are not very happy. Looks like other people, the countries in Europe will be very supportive of hanging on to it. But it looks like there's going to be talks. Very serious talks. So I'm sure there'll be leaders like there have been before that speak out very vociferously. The female, is it the dark-haired female that is their leader, prime minister, I forget what position it's called, who has spoken out, who's very smart, very articulate. There will be more of that, but it looks like Greenland is going to have a problem. Okay, a bigger problem. Speaking of problems, is Russia's Putin, is he going to, he's a cornered snake. And there are some people saying there just needs to be a ceasefire. Well, I don't think Zelensky wants that. I think Zelensky wants to get Crimea back. And if Putin wanted to end this, he could just end it. But there could be, my brother Steve said there could be some real economic fallout if they just ended it. So I don't really understand all of the dynamics around and surrounding this. But my question is, now that he's a cornered snake, will he, there's been problems, build up the troops around Poland, will Putin test NATO by invading Poland or making a problem for Poland? Let's just ask about Poland specifically so we get an answer on that. Okay. Oh, thank you, Rosebud. There is a problem. He's, there's been secret talks. Putin has had secret talks about that. Will Putin make a problem for Poland? Will he invade, cross over, bother NATO with Poland, make a move towards Poland? Thank you, JC. He's thinking about it. Power play, he's thinking about it. He knows that it would be illegal, so to speak. Would cause, oh boy, is he thinking about it. Look at that. Magician, strength. He probably talked to the other, he's friends with the leader of Belarus, Xi. Oh boy, this doesn't look good. Oh boy. He wants to do it. There's the secrets. He's got a secret plan. He wants to do it. He's thinking about doing it next. Now, this is, I'm not taking action yet, but I'm looking at it. All right. This is like the Alexander the Great card when he has already had success in taking other lands and things. Okay, where am I going next? So, and this is also the internet card. There could be, he might try to sabotage their systems so that it is underhanded and secretive, and that it isn't all out like putting boots across the line. So let's watch that, because the answer to that is yes, but he's not moving on it right this second. But watch to see if any of their utility services or anything that can be affected online. What's on the bottom here? Oh boy. He's going to do it. He is going to make a problem. Okay, what about Latvia or any of the Baltic islands? Will Putin make a problem for any of the Baltic islands or any other NATO country? ICE has been in my county, you guys. Oh my God, he is such a sneak attack, sneaky snake. Things that can't be seen. Everything he does, he tries to make it under the radar with, so that possibly he can't be blamed on the out and out at first. They can suspect all they want. Could try to blame it on someone else. That could be a false flag. It looks like he gets someone else to help. He engages someone else and implores them to help him with something that affects their military in one of those countries. So the answer to that is also yes, but it may come in an indirect way or through another person or within their own military because of this Chariot card. He's horrible, just horrible. He's going to try to just watch him. Everything hinges on what he's doing, because he has hooks in Trump. He's got hooks in Bibi. All of these things, all of the Epstein people in Ehud Barak, all of the people all tied together, right? And even into the turning point, I'm telling you, all of these big bad issues are coming together. All of them. They all intersect. And when it comes out, that is going to be the tower. And Vance, the tower is on his head. And I was listening to an astrologer that said he has really good astrology. Well, he did something stupid. All right, let me just look at that because I want confirmation. All right. JD Vance, his future. Is he getting caught up in the revelations of truth around any or all of these stories and how they fit together? I did read on Ukraine and Zelensky, and they do win. So I'm not going to read on that again. Okay, he's tied in. Vance is tied in. I mean, how much more tied in, roped up, chained up can you get, right? Roped up, chained up. I mean, he doesn't even know who he is. Peter Thiel and the whole The whole beset, all of the whole ball of, and it's worldly. It goes all around. It's that far reaching. So many people that our minds can, and like our guides can't even tell us how far this goes. All right, on a scale from 0 to 10, we're at 7. Does I feel like if Putin starts to go down, he's going to drag everybody with him. He is going to make, okay, whoa, all right. So the emperor, and I mean, I feel like Kamala and other leaders know about his involvement. He's going to have to lawyer up. He's involved in 2 of these places, 2 aces. He argues, lies, deceit. He wants to be the president. He's waiting, but he does not have success. So I feel that by the time of the eclipse, it keeps coming up, eclipse, so that's August. But I feel like we're going to get bits and pieces of it soon. Show me Vance's immediate future. But I just don't think anything goes his way. JD Vance, the current Vice President of the United States, pains me to say that, his immediate future. August 12th. Thank you, Raymond. That's not very far away. If you think of the midterms, it's not even that far away. Summers feel long. We're always excited about summer to come, and then we're ready for it to go too. Oh my gosh. Okay, he is not standing in a place of prominence, and he knows that Putin is going to act out. He's had a lot of talks with a lot of Peter Thiel, all of them. False offerings. There it is. And that's how he's seen, because it's going to come. The false exterior, the mask comes off, truth is revealed, money is revealed, and it panics him. So something comes up very quickly. This is also a human problem. Remember, we got Tower for the card of the day. So he is in, he's afeared. Okay. Not in a place of confidence, but in a place of fear and emotion. He's got big problems. And he can explain all he wants to. I don't think he can explain his way out of this. All right. Now, speaking about some of those issues, Tyler Robinson in Utah was, I guess the trial's getting ready to set, and Erica Kirk and her parents, if you haven't ever read about her parents, you might want to look into that, just for your 411 and FYI, and her association with Victor Marx. Currently running for governor of Colorado, unless he's dropped out. I need to check on that. All right, Tyler Robinson trial. Will any truth be revealed on who actually did the unaliving or set up, staged, or was it? Is there going to be any information that comes out about the other people besides Tyler Robinson that are involved? Or we should ask about Butler too. I feel like that's going to come to light too. That would really sink. You know who. Okay. So if we're asking about Tyler Robinson and somebody else and we come up with 2 people, that's a yes. Here's the gift, the information. The universe gives us this gift. Rights, wrongs, ethic, governor. information that trickles out, the lies that cover this. Also eclipse, 2 eclipses. There's only 2 in all 78 cards. Okay, and the other people that are involved, and someone else that has the same, around the same color hair as Pood. All right, and so this is the sword of truth. This is finding out information, the Star of David, and the lamp of the hermit. And remember, that Barbalt's basket, that astrological term that hits this, I mean, we're in the foreshadow of it, but it really takes place on the 19th and goes forward. If you listen to Rick Levine, he describes how the points make stars. And so I think that all ties in. Yes, so here's another knight, another person, another king, another, yes, so this is, so watch that storyline grow. Watch it. Let's go ahead and ask about Butler and the ear incident. Are we going to get more information anytime soon on the attempt in Butler, whether it was staged or whether it was truthful, or who set up that kid? Are we getting information? That would really be helpful. And I think there's enough people that lost on the meme coin and the American Liberty or whatever that company was that he founded with Don and Eric, and then that fell apart, and people lost a lot of money. MAGA people lost a lot of money. All right, it's still enshrouded in clouds and suspicion and false information on purpose. It suited them, but victory is on its side, so it doesn't stay that way. There are people that are contemplating, that are thinking, because this is a heavy load to carry, on how they are going to, what plan they're going to make, and how they're going to dispense the information, the plan. A female, a helpful female. You never hear of the parents of these people. This is a trick. This is someone going behind the scenes. This is someone trying to outsmart their enemy in its most positive sense. This is information coming in very soon. We had waited for it, and that's also the Vance card. And here are the people that come forward with information. So this is, I mean, there's no other way for me to take this if there's information coming soon. This is like an owl arriving in Harry Potter, or a crow from Game of Thrones. I mean, this is like incoming. It's like, it's meant to convey arrows, you know, like hitting a target or going towards a bullseye. So this is, I think we are inching closer, 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 more close. All right. Since we're in that, let's just check in. Are we going to get anything on Musk and Harris and the numbers? Will we get any truth coming out regarding Polymarket, Musk, Harris numbers? If you didn't see that Harris video, go back and watch that. And that the last video I did was didn't get that many views, but it was really great when I asked if we were deluding ourselves, because one viewer was losing hope. So please go back and watch that. Hit the like button if you can, guys. Help support my work. I'm really grateful. Okay. Are we going to get any truth, any information coming out about Musk, the numbers, Starlink, Trump, Harris? I get information, positive information regarding numbers of swing states, the popular vote. I mean, for real. You know who always has to take it over the top. Okay. Information being tossed around, two possible avenues. Putin knows this. Lies, deception, more. Eclipse. Oh, there's a gift from the universe. Truth sets you free. A little bit of a delay. The three queens. Some people don't want to upset the apple cart. They want to make sure they have all the information and the world card. Now, these are not as quick as those arrows that we got for the Butler thing. So this takes longer, but this has all been put together. This is being divinely guided. And I'm getting goosebumps. Tell me if you're getting goosebumps too. But this is all going to come together. This is going to be the beginning of the chapter when it's announced actually, and the end, the culmination of these facts, and a climactic ending of that chapter of this book. So it is epic. This is epic. I'm loving this. Woohoo! Man, I got shivers. So I know we're on the right track. So you guys just got to hang in there. This one takes a bit longer because everything has to be gathered. It's a lot of work. It has to be perfect. It has to be seamless. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. All right. And go Andy Beshear. He's so handsome too. All right. Let's see. Maine, Tyler Robinson. Okay. So, all right. Trump's health at the summit. We're going to ask about his health. We're also going to ask about how he's treated. We're also going to ask about Italy's Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni. Melania? Melania? All right, let's take a look. Trump's health during this summit. When he got off the plane, Erdogan had to hook his arm in there. It's almost like someone called ahead and say, hey, Erdy, you're going to have to hurt him, you know? You're going to have to put your arm around him or chauffeur him around or corral him or point him in the way to go. Just giving you a heads up. Erdy. Okay. He didn't look so great either. All right, Trump's health at this summit. I don't have a good feeling about that plane either. I've got a really icky feeling about that plane. Okay. Trump's health at this summit. Thank you, SquarePeg. Oh, it isn't good. He's struggling. He's already struggling. It was hard for him to get out of bed. He doesn't have enough energy, enough oomph. He tries, but he's struggling. You know, him and Erdy are struggling together. Okay. He's having problems with his legs. Now, is that because of flying? This is from whenever we're asking about health and for me and the way I teach and the way I read, this is from the waist down, problems from the waist down. So his mobility is challenged, and his ankles. This delights everyone. A decision actually will be made about what he will attend and what he won't attend. There is I feel like there's a doctor with him that they don't want anyone to see. How are they going to hide this? Okay, and there's our card of the day. So he might explode. He might temper tantrum because he's told you can or you cannot do this because there are decisions made. I feel like he's overruled. There and on top of this, there could be another federal judge's opinion that just sends him over the edge, and then his I don't have the blood pressure card with the two. Oh, his heart. Okay, so he is not doing okay health-wise. This is really bad for him. So put a pin in that. All right, and we got the Tower card of the day for the Way of Positive Change: Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Substack. Please find us there. Join our community. You don't have to join anything. I don't know why I said that again. Just to interact with us. And then it flashed on that there's a building having a structural issue in New York City. So that could be part of the tower. Watch his health. Watch everything that I know you guys don't want to do that, but listen, this trip is no good. No bueno, no mas. No, he does not do well on this. It's very bad, and I mean bad. Okay. Speaking of bad, Good Karma asked, was it Good Karma? Oh, okay. Bonnie wants to know how the members will treat him. And then Candy wants to know if the Nazi goons that marched in DC are actually ICE. And I feel that they are. But let's see. How will the NATO members, they're going to get word that his health is faltering. How will the NATO members treat Trump? Thank you, Susie. How will the other NATO members treat Trump? Receive him, treat him. They are going to do the work that they came to do. And this person removes themselves from the distractions of others to do their work. So it looks like to me, they're going to ignore him. They don't know what to say. They're just like, just don't entertain anything that he says. Don't bite. Don't take the bait. Just ignore him. He will be isolated. He's going to have a health problem there. They're concerned because he's such a ticking time bomb problem. Okay. All the world leaders, and they're just like, I'm not interested. I don't want to hear what he has to say. I don't want to play with him. I'm not going to hitch my wagon to him. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want, even if he extends an offer to me, I don't care. Just try to stay out of trouble and not make waves. Just friendly, somewhat try to be optimistic. You can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, or just be a little optimistic. That's how they're going to do. They don't want to have anything to do with him. They try to stay away from him and focus on the work at hand. And they don't engage with him. They don't like accept invitations, or if they do, they just say, oh yeah, maybe we could go to lunch soon. You know how that goes when you don't have any intention, or they just say, oh yeah, that sounds, oh sure, yeah, we can think about that. Yeah. Okay. Italy's Prime Minister, Georgia Meloni. How does she handle this? How does she handle Trump. She put him in the corner the other day. Georgia Meloni, how will she handle this? How does she do with Trump? What fell out? She's just trying to go to plan B. Like, let's just get out of this mess. Let's just take a different route. Someone assists her by just, steering her in a different direction. Or let's go over to this table, Georgia. All right. So how does she handle that? All right. Again, she's going to try to pay attention. Same card to the work at hand. As far as she's concerned, I don't know what astrological sign she is, but this is like she's taking it as a Scorpio, and it's like, you're dead to me. You're just dead to me. You're dead to me. Okay. Because she's done. Through. Finished. She doesn't care. And she will say the truth. She is a truth sayer. She's a truth slayer. She will say the words. She's trying to, this is having to meet someone halfway, just trying to have the whole atmosphere be harmonious. But she does say something here. All right. And then she's thinking there's a better time, there's a better place when I can speak out even more freely. And here's the person that says, let's go over to this table. And she may let a little truth bomb out there. She may just take a little bit of a chance and shoot from the hip. She's not afraid to shoot from the hip. She's going to feel the temperature of the room, and she's going to say something. She is definitely going to say something. Oh boy. Oh, thank you, Kathy. She's a Capricorn. Yeah. You're dead to me. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, another question. The Nazis, we don't know if they're ICE or not. We're going to ask that. Candy wants to know, were the Nazi goons that marched in Washington, D.C. on July 4th, were they actually ICE agents? Were they actually ICE agents? The Nazi goons, all masked up like ICE agents. And then Laura Ingraham on Fox News says they shouldn't be able to have their face covered. It's like, what? I mean, those people. There's nobody home over there. Okay. Candy wants to know, were the Nazi goons that marched in D.C. on July 4th actually ICE agents? Yes or no? And I think on Friday, when Steve joins me, we'll ask about the Michigan race, because Firebrand Mallory dropped out, man. I think my mouth hit the floor. I couldn't believe it. I don't really know that much about the progressive male candidate. AOC is backing him, and a couple members of the squad and a couple of other prominent people are. So I need to get schooled. Okay. I need an education on that candidate. Okay, but Mallory had made remember that speech that went viral? Okay, so let's see. a deal that was made between two groups of people, or maybe a leader of ICE and a leader for, so I'm going to say maybe half were ICE agents. This was aggression on purpose. We know the truth. We already got the goosebumps. And defense, people who feel like victims. All right. And delay. Now, the hangman would mean that the KKK was involved. That might be the other group, and or other militia groups. It's not one group, it's a combo. And some of them they're under false religious beliefs or false. All right, there's three. Could be a total culmination of three groups. There's going to be some information that comes out about this, some unveiling of some of the people behind the masks. So that, what do we say about the tower? The mask comes off. The false facade of a man-made building falls down so that you can see the truth. You know, these are people who built their man-made tower that go up there and think they don't have to deal with other people in their town, and they think they can just stay there, and they act like they don't have any debt, and they've racked up all this debt, and they make it look like they're wealthy, and then they don't help, you know, contribute to food pantries or anything like that, and then lightning strikes, and they're forced to change their route and their behaviors, and people are seen then for who they are, and then they have to interact. All right. This is karmic. They will be outed, and these were reunions of groups of people. So I'm thinking it's definitely two, possibly three, and with some sort of false religious belief, or just pushing beliefs that don't have anything to do with actual with Jesus Christ. They just make it up. They make it up as they go. All right. And now April wanted to know, Trump wants to extend a small golf course in DC, but it would involve cutting down cherry blossom trees and a bicycle path. Will that project move forward? He's not involved in the running of the country anymore. There are other people doing that. They make him think that he's involved, and he is not involved at all. He's a puppet. Glurp, glurp. I love that cup. Okay. Oop. Too much. He's just involved in too many undertakings. We said he falls down because he goes over the edge. Everything is overweight, overprocessed, too many projects, taking on too many things, over your skis. Okay. Will he go ahead with taking down the cherry blossom trees, and the bike path? The people, okay, he doesn't stand here. This is not welcome. The people are going to stand up against him with this. They're going to try to kill that idea. Well, he's going to talk about it again, but the people are going to speak up. He wants to do it. There's a fight. And there's one particular political leader that, or mayor, or no, the mayor is, I can't think of her name, but I can see her face. Anyway, it's a man that speaks up against it. Could be governor. Anyway, I don't think he has success with this. He meets up with too much opposition. He would really like to do it. Okay. The poor White House. I mean, really, it's been torn asunder. I mean, come on. Okay. So if you're just joining us, we got the tower for his health over there in at the summit. So he's not going to do well. You'll see that he will not attend everything. There are decisions made that he can't attend everything. Okay. And Putin's going to start problems in an underhanded way with Poland and NATO. All right, let's do a reading for you and I. I want to read on the White House so bad. Oh my God. Okay, I'm already over. Sorry. I'll put out some more of the smaller videos. Okay. What about the White House itself? What are we going to are we going to restore it? I mean, is somebody coming to the rescue? Where's the cavalry? Where is everybody? Help! Please save her. It's our house. It's not Kai Trump's house. It's our house. Are we going to save, reclaim, rebuild, kick out these terrible people that are allowing this to happen? They're actually allowing it to happen because it takes his attention, because he's not giving the orders. He isn't. They're making him think, but I've done enough readings on that to know that he is not making the decisions at all. It's not him. All right, now let's see. Okay. Oh, there's the White House itself. There's a lot of talk, a lot of angst. Actually, when Putin talks to him, he tells him, go ahead, tear it down, tear it down. All right, the people save it. You know, there's rainbow after the storm. There's promise for the future after destruction. That is very clear. He doesn't get to do everything he wants. Everything he does not. That ballroom, he is not going to see the finished project of that ballroom. He's overruled. This is a very emotional topic, and I feel like Congress is going to finally get some spine. They're talking about different ways to detour and move him off of there. This takes a lot of money. Anyway, they're working on it. And you know, for the most part, this two of coins is the ability to juggle. So we'll probably ask about that again soon. All right, let's do a reading for you and me. We're going to fix it. Don't worry. 10 of Cups is the promise of a rainbow after the storm. All right. And if you didn't watch the last live video that I did on last Friday, I named it after the major that was arrested and Jack Smith. And are we deluding ourselves? I think it's time-stamped. I even put the timestamp in the title of the video. I think it will be very helpful and nourishing to your soul if you look at that reading. That had the tower in it too. All right. What about for you and me? Guides and angels. We're asking for the most benevolent outcome for the word. Word of encouragement. What do they want us to focus on? They keep telling us to, you know, do what we can, but play. Remember our playful attitude and our gratitude. Gratitude always saves me. Gratitude always pulls me out. of a dumpsty dumps. I read for other people that are struggling with issues. Everybody, is working on something. Well, I have readings available at the end of July. You can go to thewayofpositivechange.com. Remember to have a way to record your reading. If we meet on your laptop or your iPad or tablet, you can use your phone to do a voice recording, or in Zoom or FaceTime or anything like that. Okay. They're saying for us to surround ourselves with the voices of children, littles, animals, imagination. This is a surge of creativity, our inner artist, painting, singing, playing, all the things that, and new birth for the fish, because the fish stands for when older women in the family go to bed and they dream of a fish and someone announces they're pregnant. All right. Guides and angels, what do you want us to know, focus on? Thank you, good karma. It's my pleasure to read on your questions. I'm so very grateful for you going to the community page and posting to the post page and posting the questions. It's really helpful for me, and I'm grateful for you. All right, optimism cannot be on its side, you guys. We have to remain hopeful and optimistic. This is also helping us have a positive self-image, a positive feeling good about our bodies, both internally and externally. Faith in our side. It's dressing for success, right? It's on its side. So when you go places, dress for success. Look, you know what colors you look good in. People have told you. You know what they are. All right, you might look so good, things could get heated up. I'm just saying. Someone's going to get lucky. Okay. Ooh, leave the past in the past. Woo, if the past starts to come up and the old dank whisperings of the dark energy that just wants everybody to be sad and think about the past and wallow in the past, get rid of it. Don't just say, that's true, that happened, it sucked, but it's over there. We can visit it anytime we want, but it's got nothing to do with what we're creating today. Today we are positive. Okay, it's a good idea to stock your pantry. Take care of you first. If depleted your canned goods or things, it might be time to just go ahead and restock the pantry with things that you like. Don't buy a bunch of stuff that you don't like. Stay out of fear. Stay out of anxiety. And what happens to us if we spend too much time inside? Our mind starts to go a little cray. So it's very important to be outside. Even if you go out at night and look at the stars, just get outside. Then that starts to abate. And this is also there could be several things that are worrisome over this day and the next couple of days. But the roses on the blanket and the astrological signs on the blanket stand for promise for the future. Your worst fears are not going to suddenly materialize. Don't worry about Maine. We already saw who's getting the tower. We're climbing the hill. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Finish the projects that you already started working on before you start others. And take care of your family. You love more stars. I love this. Pay attention to the stars. And this is also a gate card, and it's also the Tree of Life, the Kabbalah. So this is really about taking good care of yourself and your family, dressing for success, looking your best, dressing for sex. I think that's what tried to come out. Okay. And get up early. This is claiming, 30 minutes of morning time to help with your sanity and balance and grounding. This is organization. So you're not getting overloaded or worried. So have your chop day, cook ahead day, store your food day, so you can just put it together make things very quickly, especially if you're in areas where you lose electricity and you need to cook quickly if there's a storm coming. And that's it. Take care of yourself, your family, dress for success and sex, and look good. That's the challenge, is looking your best, taking great care of yourself, thinking optimistically. And that's it. What's on the bottom? All right. Make good, smart money decisions and stock up. Okay? All right. Much love to you. Square Peg, Terry Solaris, thank you so much. And Square Peg, and I'll see you guys. Thanks for the super chats. And remember, if you can think of any great indoor ideas for Steve and I, because we're going to, Florida's going to be engulfed in some Saharan dust, so we can't stay out there long. And so I really appreciate that. And also, if you have any prayers for me to put in the Move Mountain prayer box over there, drop in the comments, first name, and the first letter of their last name, and what the prayer is for. Okay? Thank you. See you Friday with Brother Steve. Bye.